What's going on, everybody? It's mid-season form, and we're getting ready for postseason form. Actually, the divisional round is coming up tomorrow. Today, currently, I am in South Florida, and it is Friday, January 16th, 8:58 p.m. Eastern Time. Dennis, 7:58 p.m. in Texas. And, wow. Dennis just cracked an egg of knowledge on my head over here, and I know what to think. But Dennis, why don't you lay it out for us, and then I will put on my tinfoil hat and speculate about what I think might be happening.
All right. So there are 4 games in this divisional weekend. Okay. For whatever reason, number one of them is a blaring what is going on, right? And the other 2 are also questionable because it's like, how can it be so far off, right? So we have Action Network and then we have Pickett. Okay. We discovered Pickett this year, and so far Pickett has been the one that has been true to numbers. Okay. Now, when you look at that, there is one specific game this weekend that is so far on one direction on one app and completely on the other side on the other app.
Crazy sauce.
Like, I've seen a lot of crazy things with betting, but for them to be so wide spread off, it's like, who is controlling who's behind the turntables? What's going on? Okay. And it's shocking to me. Like, if I only knew about Action, then I would be like instantly on this one team. There's no doubt about it. There's no way this other team's going to make it happen. Right. Like, it would be instantly like, okay, I'm just putting all my ducats into this. Bam. Right. Like 5 minutes. This is happening with no doubt. Okay. But looking at this now, I was like, how can it be so far off? And then I look at Pickett and it's like completely the opposite side. So the game that I'm alluding to is the Houston Texans versus the New England Patriots, which is the first game on Sunday. Okay. On Action right now, 76% of the money is on Houston money line. Okay, that's bringing up red flags. Like, what? Why? Right?
So yeah, because it should be about even. Like, I realize Houston beat the living shit out of Pittsburgh, and there's a bit of recency bias because people just saw Houston just lay the hammer down on a Pittsburgh team that, honestly, guys, limped into the playoffs. We had this little theory that we were just rolling with, but like, if you would have asked me, like, gun to my head, who's going to win that game, I'd been like, I mean, honestly, Houston should win. But I really loved the Aaron Rodgers beating the Packers in the Super Bowl, getting his last team. Like, I was like, you know what? It feels good to roll with this. And the euphoria of being right about this crazy theory I had, like, if it happens, it'll just be like the best thing ever. So yeah. I dug in all the way, and to my own peril. But so they just watched the Texans anyway lay the hammer down on the Steelers, and then they've not seen New England. And didn't New England like squeak out their last win? But it was 2 weeks ago. People were like, "Oh, New England, who? What?"
Right.
And so it would make sense that more of the money's on Houston, but New England's what, 12-5. Dude, they're good. They're at home. I mean, many things. Their defense is nothing to sneeze at. Their offense is way better. Now, have we seen Drake May in a playoff game? That might be part of what it is. But, dude, if watching C.J. Stroud last week, if he starts coughing the ball up again, and I don't have any reason to think he won't. What's C.J. Stroud's, like, playoff statistics even?
Terrible. So first off, he's never won a divisional game. And I think he only had one playoff win. Was it one? Maybe two. I don't know. But he did it. He single-handedly almost lost Houston that game last week. Like,
dude,
for those who watched the game, don't look at the score. The score is disgusting. Okay. For those that watched the game, it was 7-6 at halftime.
Yeah, and Houston didn't even start running away until they basically took the game out of CJ Stroud's hands. I think Houston had like a scoop and score, and then at that point, CJ Stroud, they're just like, dude, just hand it off literally every play for the rest of the game. And then I think they had like a running offensive touchdown, and then Aaron threw the pick six, and Pittsburgh's defense was gassed, and that was it. But they took the game completely out of CJ Stroud's hands because he just could not. He couldn't have quarterbacked his way out of a wet paper bag the other night.
Right.
His completion percentage is in the 60s. I mean, 66.
We called on here, and we said Stroud was going to have a terrible game. We were right. We I had a parlay with Stroud under yards, under completions, and completions, attempts, and under yards, and all three of them hit.
Yeah, I tell you what,
the Steelers didn't win the game because I figured if Stroud, which I knew he was going to have a terrible game, if Stroud was going to have a terrible game, I would figure that the Steelers would come out with the win with their defense, right? That was my understanding, which clearly was just it wasn't there. So, but tough weekend. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. So CJ Stroud, I mean, unless we see like 2023 CJ Stroud, which he wasn't like groundbreaking or anything, but at least he didn't have any turnovers.
Not playoffs.
No. So anyway, yeah. But so here's what I'm thinking. Like, how much volume? Some of you guys, you'll buy stocks, trade, whatever you want to call it, and there will be some news come out, and the stock goes up, and you're like, oh, it's time to buy. Ding, 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 and you buy, and it's almost like clockwork. It goes down, and you were exit liquidity. You're stuck holding the bag, right? So I feel it's like the same way where maybe we feel like we have transparent data on these prediction market sites, but then and then like Action Network is an aggregator of the sportsbooks, which is like the BlackRock of, BlackRock is to the stock market what all these sports books, FanDuel, Hard Rock, DraftKings, you name it, MGM, right? All of them together, that consortium, what they are to the sports books. They control what you see. They can basically like wash their own money through and be like, oh, it's even. Let's drop like $7 billion on this team and then pay the refs, 1% of that to make this happen in the game. And then we get our money on the back end. So, I mean, what's to stop them from doing that? Now, with that said, they've got their numbers, and then they look at these prediction markets, and people were starting to get real, maybe at some point. I don't know if it's ever happened. I don't know if it's happening now. People were getting real data, and they're like, oh, well, can't have this. And the volume is so low on things like Pickett, Kalsha, Polymarket. I can't even use Polymarket in Florida. I don't know if other people in the U.S. can use it. People tell me they can use it. I haven't been using a VPN or anything. I haven't used Polymarket. But those are all like fragmented as well. They're all their own thing. So if one were to, if the institutions decided that they wanted to muddy the waters, and let's say there's like $10 million on Buffalo, Denver, with all the, or like, $100 million on Buffalo, Denver total with all the sports books. And there's like $10 million on Kalsha and $10 million on Pickett, right? How hard would it be for them to say, oh, let's drop like $3 million on this side and just tip the scales and then you've got your sportsbook number here, and you've got your Calvin number here, right?
Yeah.
And then people looking at it like, I'm right back where I started. And then they're like, yeah, good fucking luck. You thought you could pull one over on us? So
it feels like they can distort it however they'd like to.
That's my theory.
Yeah, it does. And seeing this with 80%, take the New England game again. 80% of the money on Pickett is on New England. 76% of the money is on Houston on action.
See, I think the truth is somewhere in the middle.
What is going? Why? Right? Like, yeah. How can it be so far off?
I mean, as much as I haven't liked CJ Stroud, I mean, God, he was horrible. It makes sense. It would make sense for more of the money to be on New England. Foxborough. We've seen Drake May just be a stud. CJ Stroud, clown. Now, like, I didn't think, as bad as he was last week, he did play at Ohio State. It's not like he can't handle a little bit of cold weather.
Right.
So that wasn't the problem, dude. I don't know. I hope when they escaped from Pittsburgh, dude, the score wasn't indicative of how close that game really should have been.
Right.
But as soon as they escaped from Pittsburgh, I mean, they should have been on the friggin' bus, like practicing snapping the effing football, because that was completely unacceptable. Here's another thing. It was so bad, it's like impossibly bad. There's no way you could screw up snapping in shotgun or under center that many times in one football game. It's almost like he was supposed to do that, right? Like, remember you sent me that thing about like Dak owed somebody money and had to throw some interceptions against Green Bay in that playoff game?
Mm-hmm. Yep. When, anyway. the 2 seed lost to the 7 seed. That was 2 years ago in Dallas. Yep. Yeah.
So anyway, we're at the 12 and a half minute mark.
Yeah.
And let's just go down the line here before we get too far down the rabbit hole and talk about some of these games and the referee assignments. So from where I'm sitting, Buffalo Bills at Denver Broncos, apparently they got a very Josh Allen friendly referee, Carl Sheffers, for this game. Let's see if I can find what each QB stats are with these refs. Anyway, while I look that up.
Yep.
I heard the NFL pulled some strings. I think it was Invisible Insider on Instagram. He was like, is Roger Goodell pulling strings to get Josh Allen to the playoffs? Because you shouldn't go to Denver and win. And you think Denver's they're the 2 seed, right?
One.
One. Sorry, they had a bye week. I'm sorry. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still stuck in the old days when you had 2 teams with bye weeks.
Yep.
Anyway, while Denver is the 1 seed, I don't want to say they're fraudulent, but Denver didn't exactly just mop the floor with all their opponents this year.
No. In fact, it was a bunch of late fourth quarter comebacks.
Remember the Giants? Y'all were down 19 to the Giants in
5 minutes.
5 minutes left.
5 minutes left, and you lost the ball game.
So here's where they lose me. Playoff Josh Allen is a real thing, and Denver, 1, is ahead of schedule. I'm not going to say they weren't supposed to be the 1 seed this year, but they're ahead of schedule. Like, this was their year to like make a wild card, but the Chiefs fell apart. The Chargers are ravaged with injuries. For some reason, Pete Carroll and Geno Smith weren't 1/10 as good as they were in Seattle. I don't know what the hell happened. That whole thing, the wheels fell off that thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, Denver, you know what? They've had a very interesting season. Let's put it that way. Playoff Josh Allen's a real thing, and I don't want to say Denver's necessarily overrated or they're fraudulent, but I'm not going to say that Buffalo can't go up there and win.
Let's put on the tinfoil hat for a second.
Yeah.
So NFL Plus commercials before the start of the season and the very beginning of the season, and like while the season was going on, had the Buffalo Bills versus the Commanders. Whether you knew it was the Buffalo Bills or not, it had it, right? The colors, it was all Buffalo, even though it was Commanders, Commanders on the way, which the NFC is away this year, right? NFC is away, the AFC is home, okay? So the colors of that commercial were Buffalo blue and red, or potentially New England. I don't know. Okay.
New England's a darker blue. It's a much darker
blue, right? So now the thing that makes me wonder is, okay, and if you remember right, and we talked about this, there was a commercial where it was at the Buffalo airport, or it was at an airport.
Yeah, they got it on an iPad, and they're like, the flight's delayed, and everybody's like, yeah.
And it was Buffalo that was all over that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the NFL has a funny, interesting way to put things together. Like last year, obviously the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Little Caesars was the official pizza sponsor, and the official team of Little Caesars was Philadelphia Eagles. You can put that together however you want to put that, okay? So this year, you don't see it being the official team of the Little Caesars or whatever. Like, it's been more quiet, right? So Buffalo Bills have been all over the commercials. Josh Allen with the Gatorade commercial, right? All of, like, media presence, okay?
That could be – anyway, keep going. I've got a theory.
Have you seen anything about Bo Nix or anything with the Denver Broncos at all anywhere other than if you're watching them on TV?
No, and you barely see them on TV because they're hitting that 4 o'clock slot, and they're Denver. They're basically like Seattle in the mountains.
Exactly.
Everybody's like, oh yeah, that team. Oh, Denver, they exist.
Yep.
They could win 12 or 13 games. Nobody bats an eye. We're like, oh, Denver, they're the 1 seed. No, I forgot.
Not really sure. Right? Exactly. So now,
the Broncos fans, that's how the rest of us feel.
Yeah, the Buffalo-Jacksonville game last weekend, man, super close. Like, I know our picks were off and wrong, but man, when you look at them, everything.
Hey, our money line.
Like, except for Green Bay, Chicago. Green Bay was up 21-3 at halftime. Like, they had no business losing that football game.
No.
And Jags had them 24-20, and then their defense just crumbled, right? Patriots, we were right on. Eagles decided they didn't want to play football, right? And Panthers almost walked away with that win. So there's it can be said a lot of different ways. There was some stupid football played last weekend, in my opinion. Okay. But everything, like, for the first 4 games was like decided in the last 2 minutes. I'm like, what are we doing? Right? What are we doing? So anyway, Buffalo has an absolute right to be in the playoffs. And I am absolutely buying the hype of Josh Allen going to the next round. And you know what? I'm actually buying the hype of him going to the Super Bowl. He might not win it, okay? But I'm on the train of Buffalo Bills going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you that. And the one thing I'll tell you right now is that I think this is where Denver gets off. That's what I was leading to. Denver is going to disembark, and they're about to get off the playoff train. They've had a nice season. You got to the playoffs. Good job. Sean Payton's a real coach. This is a real team. This thing works, but it's not your year. All right? We didn't We didn't kill, Lamar and Patrick Mahomes and whoever the hell else. We didn't kill all them off the show this season so that Josh Allen could die in the fucking playoffs.
Right.
So, and so you said Buffalo in all ads like it's a sign that they're going to the Super Bowl. I see Buffalo in all ads. I still think they're going to the Super Bowl anyway. But when something like that happens, I see it as like a fundraiser. You're planting the seed, Bills, and then they get to the playoffs, and like once Buffalo, they kind of floundering for a while, but once they got into the playoffs, I would love to be able. We got to figure out how to do this. Go back and see like a graph of money on the Bills, and then once they were like they secured a playoff spot, the Super Bowl futures. If they went like this, like whoop,
right?
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think I think Buffalo wins this week, and I'm not going to say what I think happens next week yet. Till the end of the show, we can save that. We'll do one game at a time, but
sure.
I think Buffalo wins. I don't have a score in my head right now.
Yeah, I can't. I don't see close. Denver. I don't see Denver walking away with that win tomorrow.
Yeah, hell, it might be a bloodbath. Look what Jacksonville did to him.
Right, in Denver. And then Buffalo took care of Jacksonville in Jacksonville. Buffalo's a good team. The Bills are a good team. Like, they're a good team. They absolutely could do it.
Oh, here's another thing. I watched Hard Knocks, and I really wanted to like the Bills. I'm like, come on, I felt so bad because my Cowboys just beat the ever-loving out of them in the 90s, just over. They just kept going to Super Bowls and just kept losing. And then I'm watching Josh Allen like throw all this stuff over the bridge with Peyton Manning last week in Niagara Falls. And I'm trying to like the Bills, but every time I see Josh Allen in a playoff game, I'm like, can you just lose? And he's like, nah, bro, you're gonna see me next week. And I'm like, oh God, he just. For some reason, dude, every time I'm watching a game with Josh Allen in it, I'm just annoyed. I'm just like, why won't you just lose? I want to like him.
Like, I've got to only lose Mahomes in the playoffs.
Yeah, there's just something. Yeah.
And Mahomes isn't in the playoffs. There's not a chance there. So it's like it's wide open for him to take it. I don't think he wins the Super Bowl though.
Yeah, so let's look at the rep assignment for that game. It is Carl Sheffers, who I've heard is Josh Allen friendly. I'll try to look that up in a second. I'm not going to do it right now while we're on the air, but yeah, I am. Who am I kidding? Next time you start talking, I'll look for it. But so we've got Carl Sheffers. I hear he's Josh Allen friendly. I'm going to see where I pulled up the stat for that. Sheffers, and about Carl Sheffers, they call him the flag merchant. So his tendencies are high penalty volume. He throws a lot of flags. He's apparently consistently top tier in flags per game. Would you agree with that, Dennis?
Oh, yeah.
There's apparently a heavy emphasis on defensive holding and illegal contact. He is protective of QBs, calls a lot of roughing the passer. And historically, favorites have performed well straight up and against the spread is more volatile due to penalties extending drive. So, games could become either a bloodbath or the dog could catch up.
Yeah.
Based on which way the flags are flying. So it says Sheffers games often skew over due to extended possessions, automatic first down, red zone penalties. So there's a slight bias to the over here. Passing offenses benefit, which, let's face it, as much as the Bills try to be a running team, I don't think they are. I think the Bills are a hell of a lot better off checking it down to James Cook than handing it off and asking him to run between the tackles every down. Now, with that said, a couple of games, he's gone in there and run between the tackles, and he's been an absolute stud. But that's not their bread and butter, and it's not what they regularly do. So anyway, passing offenses benefit, and then there can be. We're going to keep an eye out here at Midseason Forum. We're going to keep an eye out for live betting opportunities when early flags set the tone.
Absolutely, those holding the random, like what are they calling, right? Like it was a big play, but there was a hold, but it was like on what, right? Some random offensive lineman. It's the random things that you're just like, man, I'm not buying it. Like I don't understand where this is coming from, right? Or a DPI that was missed is like absolute just okay. Wow, like how do you? It was a blatant pass interference or a blatant hold, right? And everyone that's watching the game knows, including the announcers, they're like, you hear them kind of like come back to themselves because they're like, I can only say so much, right? But they're like, that's a bunch of right, and they know it. Some of them. And the thing is, in the playoffs, you shouldn't be able to just have such a missed call or such a it needs to really be. It's got to be more transparent, man. It can't be so not right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have we got all the technology on the field. We have all the cameras you could possibly want. We have all the things, and somehow these calls are still missed. I don't know. It's messy. It can be messy.
Yeah, it's almost impossibly bad, isn't it? That's going to be my new. That's going to be a new segment. Impossibly bad.
Possibly bad. So, yeah, Carl Sheffers, I could absolutely see that game definitely going over. I'm all. I could see that. I could see that. I see the Bills winning. Every game last week, other than the last game, was crazy close. Well, last two games because Patriots, Chargers, they are poor guys, right? So it could be a blowout. It could be in Denver. So, but I do see Bills winning that game just like you do. So I think we agree on that. And the over, I could absolutely see that happening as well.
Is it 46.5? Is that what you have?
What is it?
46.5.
It is 44.5. Oh, well, it's a mixture.
Now I see 45.5. There's a lot. So, guys, consensus. There's going to be a point difference on a FanDuel, DraftKings, MGM. They're all going to be a little off.
If you can, buy it down to 43.5. If you can.
Well, yeah.
Like a good parlay, not financial advice here, is Buffalo money line over 43.5.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with that and say that's the way to go. I like that. I like Buffalo money line and over 43.5, which means you're going to have to buy it down a little bit. But you think 43.5, that's 27-17. Like, okay, right? So that's 24-21, which is 45, right? So these are scores that absolutely easily can happen. I like the over there. I do like the over. Okay, let's go to the next game.
Yep, which is Texans. Wait, I'm sorry. Another divisional game in the NFC West.
Yep.
I'm sorry. It's the first divisional game in the NFC West. It's Niners at Seahawks. Niners at Seahawks. So this one, it's going to be tight. Honestly, no one believes Darnold in the playoffs yet. And he's guilty until proven innocent, in my opinion. So I'm thinking I see Brock Purdy in playoff games. And look, the Eagles, here we go again, right? It's not that San Francisco necessarily just beat the brakes off Philly. Philly just looked like hot garbage last weekend.
We did.
So it was more about Philly losing than San Francisco winning. With that said, I don't want to diminish everybody's out here picking Brock Purdy apart. You know what? Guys, he gets in the playoffs and he wins. I'm not going to say anything else about him. Okay? Yeah. I don't care what his air distance. I don't care what his average time, release time. I don't care, his time like spin outside the tackle box, or he has to extend plays to find a receiver, or he has to do this, or all these little qualifiers that people put on him. I don't care. It's like you remember Ben Roethlisberger? And some of y'all out there, if you're around 40 or older, you remember Ben Roethlisberger. And let me tell you a little something. The first time I ever played fantasy football was, I think, 2007. It was the first year Randy Moss went to New England. I remember that because I won that fantasy league that year because I washed Randy Moss, who had been on the Raiders the year before and done absolutely nothing. But I digress. I was like, oh, Ben Roethlisberger, I think he just won a Super Bowl or something. I don't know what was happening. So I didn't know how fantasy worked. And I just got Ben Roethlisberger as my quarterback. And I quickly realized that in fantasy, there are stats guys and there are winners. And you want the stats guys, right? If some guy, his team's kind of a dumpster fire, like if Joe Burrow could stay healthy, right? The Bengals are a dumpster fire. But I'll be damned if Joe Burrow doesn't rear back and just spin that pill for like 350, 400. Jamar Chase is out there. T. Higgins is out there. He's got 7 tight ends. Drew Sample's out there making it rain, right? But those are the guys you want. I had Ben Roethlisberger, and I was like, I'll be damned. And Pittsburgh would be like 11-5 at the end of the season. I don't freaking know, right? They were good. They were a playoff, like a winning team. This was like prime Tomlin, prime Roethlisberger, when they probably had all the, honestly, this is going to be a little mean, but all that stuff was still in the fat from the Cowher administration, let's call it, right? It's like when Barry Switzer won the Super Bowl. That's Jimmy's team. Yeah. It's Jimmy and Troy's team. The longer Mike Tomlin had that Steelers team, now they couldn't get their quarterback thing straight. And then if you've got prime Aaron Rodgers, I've no doubt in my mind Pittsburgh will still be in the playoffs right now. If Aaron could take off running like he could 10 years ago.
Yep.
Whoa. Yep. That said, there's stats guys and there's winners. So, Ben Roethlisberger, at the end of the game, he was winning, and he would have he'd be like 9 for 13, 57 yards, 1 interception, and 1 touchdown. But the touchdown would come with 3 seconds left in the game. And it'd be like a Santonio Holmes, toe drag or plaques or hitting Hines Ward in the back of the end zone or whoever the hell else was on that team. So this is my thing is it doesn't matter. Brock Purdy is he's a game manager, but he's really effing good at it. I don't want to say Brady-esque or anything like that, but he manages the game. He doesn't F up. He doesn't go around giving the ball away. He gets the ball to the guys. He makes the right play more often than not. He's not like a stud athlete. He's not like a athletic freak. He puts the ball where it needs to go. He processes information quickly. He makes smart decisions. And so when he's in games, they win. It might not always be pretty, but that's what you got. So I see Darnold yards.
Yep.
What's Darnold's yards this year versus Brock Purdy? I'll check on that real quick.
Last time they played, I think the game ended 13-6 or something like that.
Oh yeah, it was painful to watch. So Darnold had 4,048 yards and 25 touchdowns. Now Brock Purdy was hurt, but he had 20 in 9 games. So 20 divided by 9, let's call it 10. That's 2 per game.
Mm-hmm.
Darnold, 25 over 7. Wow. Darnold, they're kind of a running team. Anyway, you look at the yards, and where is the damn Brock Purdy? Oh, passing yards, 2,167.
But he also was injured.
Yeah, he was injured.
Remember, Mac Jones played for, what, 5 games?
Yeah.
5 games?
So Darnold, you got to divide 4,000 by 17. So Darnold actually hadn't put up that many stats.
No.
Never mind. But he can go to JSN. They had their moments.
Yeah.
You know, JSN is like the yak king. So for that reason, I'm taking the Niners here. I don't care if they're the low seed. And
I'm with you, actually. Actually, I'm taking the Niners too.
Okay. And then let's look at the ref. It's a 45.5 is the OU. The Sea Chickens are favored by 7. John Hussey is the ref, and he let them play is his reputation. So he swallows his whistle a little bit. He allows a lot of what do you call it? Hand fighting downfield.
Yeah.
Fewer defensive penalties. So he's unders. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but unders, I think he skews under John Hussey. So the defenses are going to prevail, and the games can kind of get ugly. They're like kind of tight, ugly games. And so you probably, because he kind of lets them play, you might have like a more accurate read. And I don't know how much he officiates the NFC West games or Niners games or Seahawks games or what have you. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see this thing go under again. Maybe, but not like crazy under. Maybe Niners.
I don't know how to call the over-under in this game.
Yeah.
Because the Niners
17-13 or something.
The Niners have Trent Williams back. And we saw what that did to them, how that helped them last week, right? When the Seahawks played the Niners a couple weeks ago, right? They didn't have Trent Williams. Oh. And that was week 18.
They really need to draft a new lineman because once he's gone, man, they are so screwed.
Seattle is walking into the number 1 seed of the playoffs with a 13-6 win. Was it 13 to? I think it was 13-6, right? Against the 49ers, right? Without Trent Williams. Trent Williams protects Brock Purdy. When Brock Purdy has a chance to throw the ball, even Kittle won't be there. But you know who will be? Tonjes. And Tonjes can play. And you know who else is going to be out there? Huh?
13-3, Dennis.
13-3.
January 3rd.
13-3, right? That ain't going to be the score.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
but who else is going to be? So Tonjes
and Juszczyk.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Like, and McCaffrey and the Niners.
McCaffrey, dude.
Apparently, they play great defense against Seattle. I mean, 13 points. Yeah, you didn't win, but you held them to 13 points.
Yeah.
If you can hold a team to 13 points, typically you win that game, right? So,
unless you're Bill Belichick,
right?
That Patriots.
It tells me. I mean, I don't know how the over/under is going to work, but I'm trending under on this game. Like that's my thought here, and 49ers come away with the money line victory. So if you said, hey, you have to choose way to go, 49ers money line under, was it 45.5, 44.5? So
I've got
I would just say under
45.5. Yeah.
It feels like the first quarter is going to be like
because
3-0 or 3-3 or something like that. Right.
I mean, think about this. The Bills Broncos over under is 46.5. And the Seahawks Niners is 1 point off that. Imagine those games having the same. Come on.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right. Yep. So give me 49ers money line. And man, what a money line. Plus 286. Beautiful, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to do a parlay with just them, Buffalo money line, over 43.5, just those three, because I don't know if the over-under is going to flow with the Niners, but that's going to be one of my that's definitely a three-banger this weekend. So Buffalo money line, over 43.5, 49ers money line. That's a three-banger for sure. And then I'm going to do Buffalo money line and 49ers money line and another two-banger. So
you said
no
Buffalo
financial
money line.
advice. Last weekend, sorry guys, the NFL decided to just get super stupid, like unacceptably not okay. What happened with everything with those games? Yeah. So that's
you said Buffalo money line over 43.5 in the Buffalo Denver game. You're going to buy it down, and then San Francisco money line is going to be your three banger, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm
okay with the buy down for 43.5, just in case it decides to just miss an extra point or something like that to pull that through. Right? Doink. Yeah.
Get some gyro, some of those magnetic footballs.
It goes all the way to the right, and it doesn't even look like what the hell. Like
yeah.
I think we've seen enough of those this year. So, but I like that. I mean, just the minus with the plus 110 with a plus 286. Buffalo's plus 110 and plus 286 together. That's a beautiful parlay, just by itself. So, that's the way I see that happening. Okay, let's go to the next game. Houston, New England. I don't trust Stroud. I trust the Houston's defense, but I don't trust Stroud. So,
here, Josh Allen is an underdog. Is 5-0 with Carl Sheffers.
Woo! What a stat!
According to Invisible Insider Stats on Instagram, so you guys go look. It's like I don't know if it's a pinned post or it's just the most recent, but that's where I saw it.
It's impressive. 5-0 and underdog.
Yeah, 5-0 is an underdog with Sheffers. Houston at New England. I feel like we can gloss over a little bit because we dwelled on it so much at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
But you were saying just now. Sorry, I was looking for that post.
Give me New England money line on the minus 166. I'm okay with it.
Agree. CJ Stroud hasn't sold me. I'm essentially playing like quarterbacks here.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, so the Denver's ahead of schedule. Josh Allen, playoff Josh Allen is absolutely a real thing. Purdy, proven, especially if he's healthy. Whoa. Yep. Only the time I remember Purdy losing a playoff game is like
Philly.
What, like a Super Bowl, or when he popped his UCL and they literally had like Christian McCaffrey playing quarterback, or
Josh Johnson and Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. Anyway, I believe Brock Purdy. I believe Josh Allen. Not sure about Knicks in the playoffs yet. It's going to be his first playoff game. I believe in. Believe in Josh Allen. Don't know about Knicks. I believe in Brock Purdy. Don't know about Darnold. Darnold has actually shown me a big resounding no. I believe in. I haven't seen Drake May yet, but CJ Stroud is so bad that I just can't hitch my wagon to him.
Right.
And so for that reason, 2022, I don't know what this projection thing they're doing on the NFL thing, but
who did maybe we'll in the playoffs last year?
The Texans defense is real. So
was it Buffalo last year that went into Denver played it? Knicks was in the playoffs last year. He lost. They only scored 10 points.
What, did they limp in?
Yeah. Who'd they play? Playoffs 2024. I know they scored 10 points.
Lost to the guess who?
The Bills.
Guess who? They lost to the Bills 31-7.
31-7.
And now they get another crack at him, and they're about to I think they're about to lose again.
There you go. See that it's
so. Yeah, so
they've gotten better.
take
Denver's gotten better, right? So I'll give them probably maybe 20 points, but I could absolutely see that being 31-20, or 27-20, or something like that. Like it's, no.
Yeah.
No.
So, yeah, as far as the Houston at New England goes, I'll take New England close, because if you just take the offenses and defenses, Texans defense is absolutely going to be the best unit that's on the field.
Yep.
And then the Patriots are going to be the second best unit on the field. And then after that, there's a Patriots defense, right? They're no slouch. They're okay. And the Texans offense definitely lacking. Yep. So you got Texans defense, Patriots offense, Patriots defense, Texans offense.
Yep.
And for that reason, I believe in your top 3 units on the field, two of the 3 are New England.
Nico Collins is out, and Christian Kirk ain't going to do what he did last week.
That's all you had to say. I didn't even know Nico Collins was out.
Nico Collins is out, and Christian Kirk is not going to have he's not built like that. So he's not going to have
Woody Marks, is he healthy?
Game. The what?
Is Woody Marks healthy? Did he get dinged up in the
He got dinged up. I think he'll play. Yeah, I'm sure he'll play. Him and Chubb, they volleyed off each other.
Yeah. Honestly, because they've been like snap counting Chubb. They've been what does Kawhi Leonard call it? Load management. Because they've been load managing Chubb all year. Bro, honestly, you can knock the dust off Nick Chubb, dude. He'll give you a game.
Yeah.
He's like Toby Keith. I ain't as good as I once was, but he's as good once as he ever was, man. I love Nick Chubb.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of my favorite running backs, dude.
I agree.
Oh, He's a beast.
I agree.
Anyway, Patriots close. And, wait. Who's the ref? It is Sean Smith. Playoff style whistle. Tendencies, penalty counts near the league average. Kind of blends in with the wallpaper. Strong emphasis on pre-snap discipline. So motion. I don't know. What's the, neutral zone, stuff like that. Favorites historically perform well. Patriots are the favorite. Doesn't tilt games with soft flags. Doesn't tilt games late with soft flags. Total results are fairly neutral. So there's not supposed to, the refereeing, the officiating is not supposed to be that much of a factor in this game.
Correct.
And
he is neutral. Smith is
neutral. It said better suited for picking a side than doing the over-under. So I'm on New England there.
Yeah.
And
I don't like the over or the under. Honestly, I don't know how that game's going to go because Texans defense is fantastic. I think Drake May is going to walk away with the win. They'll probably win by 3. So it'll be like 20-17 or 19-16 or something like that. So I'm leaning under, but if you had to tell me which way it's going to go, I'm going to tell you it's going to go under, but I'm not buying either way. So New England money line for me. If I had to choose over under, I'm going to go under there.
All right. So we've got
Rams, Bears in absolutely terrible weather.
Tell us, Dennis. Is anyone taking any sort of precautions?
This man's in a scuba suit.
That's the first I've heard of it. They might start doing that though if it works for him.
This man,
if they make it out of this thing alive.
Neoprene scuba suit. How's that going to affect your throwing motion? Or your
Maybe he'll cut that arm off.
Dude, I don't.
He's got to be practicing with it.
Right. The Rams are probably supposed to win this game, and they are, right? Caleb Williams has been playing in, he's from Southern California, whatever, right? But the Bears are built for this football game. I shouldn't want the Bears to win this game, but man, the football person in me tells me that they're going to walk away with the win. the public is all on the Rams, and it's 64 Rams on Pickett, 58 Chicago on action. So however you want to take that, but it's not enough to shake it to stem it either way. And Sean Hockley's the ref, and he's he's pretty even kiltered, right? Okay, the Bears have been walking away as the cardiac Bears in a lot of football games this year, right? There is something about at the very end of the game, they could be losing by 15, 18, 20. They were. And they can come back and somehow win what they're not supposed to win. So until proven otherwise, I have to believe that the Bears are going to upset the Rams. What say you, Tom?
Like the Rams, man.
I know.
I can't bet against the Rams. I know what I saw, dude. With that said, man,
I think that's where I think that's where we're on both sides of the coin right there.
Yeah, we can't agree on everything, guys. You know, it's bad for the show.
Yeah,
but seriously, so here's what has made me sick. What has really soured me is that Caleb. I don't have a problem with Caleb Williams at all. Year after year, how many years have we seen the number one quarterback, first round quarterbacks, every first round quarterback, Trent Dilfer, John Gruden, all these guys, all these effing talking heads around the league, they say, "Oh my God, oh God, this guy's like he's like the NFL scout's wet dream. He's like the single best prospect I've ever seen in a workout facility in my whole entire life." And year after year, they're crap. Tua, crap. Ryan Leaf, you want to go all the way back to the 90s? Crap. I don't know, every Browns quarterback, crap.
Jamarcus Russell,
crap. Vince Young, crap. Dude, how good was Vince Young supposed to be? He was hot garbage. Now his head. I'll just stop right there. Who's that? Haskins, crap. So many. Oh my God. And so every time I see like number one overall pick like Bryce Young, we thought he was crap. He's turned around. I like Bryce Young. He's good. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Yeah.
Now Caleb Williams, I don't know what the hell happened, because if you can win in the NFL, you should have been obliterating the opposition in college. And I watched USC 2 seasons ago, Caleb's senior year, and they were like, I don't know if they were mailing it in or what, but I watched them play. I think Colorado played them tight. We all know Colorado's not going for a natty or anything. And so I'm like, okay, well, clearly he's like a product of this Lincoln Riley thing that's going on. And apparently now turns out Lincoln Riley isn't all that hot. I don't keep up with college as much, so, you know, guys, take that with a grain of salt. But I've watched Caleb Williams essentially come out, and I was like, another bust, Chicago, never going to have a quarterback, poor Bears, because I like them, you know. The Lions, I like the Lions. You know, they got nice uniforms. I'm a blue, my favorite color, blue and silver. Cowboys fan, blue and silver. So I'm like, all right, yeah, blue and silver. Lions are all right. Vikings, born in Fargo, North Dakota. I was supposed to like the Vikings. Supposed to hate the Packers. Never really warmed up to the Packers. Never warmed up to the Vikings. I've never liked the Packers. The Bears, though, they've always kind of blended into the wallpaper, and I've always kind of been pulling for them, and they've always been almost there. Jay Cutler, how good was he supposed to be, right? And like Rex Grossman came out. We got to Super Bowl. Like, all right, Devin Hester, like the stars were aligning. And even if you don't live anywhere near Chicago, everybody was probably like pulling for them at some point or another, because you're like, damn, man, their defense is always good. Like, they can usually run the ball well enough, but they're stuck with some defensive head coach, and they're like Mike Tomlining their way through every season, these defensive coaches, except for credit to Vrabel. I don't know. He got an OC in there, I guess. Matt Patricia or whoever the OC. I don't know. Anyway, they've done a good job in New England where you have a defensive head coach and then you have a guy just call plays, like an offensive guy call plays. And you're like, okay, do your thing. That's the formula. But the Bears, they finally took a punt and said, we're going to go, all right, Ben, come on over here. And they got Caleb going. And I'll tell you what, I've watched him make a couple throws. There was one, I don't know if it was like week 5 of this season or what. There was some throw in like a Monday Night Football game or something. And it, like, my jaw dropped. He was, I think, running out of bounds. And he was falling out of bounds. And he just goes back like this and throws a laser like 40 yards down the field.
Was it against Washington?
Maybe. I don't remember. He throws this laser like 35, 40 yards down the field, like falling out of bounds. And I was like, holy shit. Like, there's that one throw you see. And I'm like, okay. So, guys, I am a buyer of Caleb Williams all day long.
I am too.
With that
said, I didn't think I would be. But.
Yeah. Now, this is probably the game where I'm just going to be wrong. I just feel like the Rams are supposed to win, and I think it's kind of an emotional thing because I like the Rams and I want them to win. But this is another Texans, where I kind of dug in on the Steelers, and I'm from the Houston area, so people are going to absolutely hate that I even subscribe to that theory for a split second.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Well, they don't like
you're there. Yeah. Hope you don't run into anybody at the grocery store. But yeah, this is might be one of those times where I'm just dead effing wrong. And I mean, let's do our unit thing again, So Puka's playing. Is Devontae Adams, he's healthy, right? He's playing?
Mm-hmm. He's playing.
Yep. Devontae's playing. Puka's playing. You actually have 4 tight ends. Higbee's the real deal. He's healthy again. Davis Allen is kind of like the 4th banana. He's used minimally, probably more as a blocking guy, but he finds his way. He is used. He finds his way into the offense, and he puts his hands on the ball. Terrence Ferguson is probably the 3rd guy. Colby Parkinson is the 2nd guy, who was like kind of the de facto starting tight end when Higbee was out. And then there's Higbee, who's the 1. So they have like 4 actual tight ends that could be at least probably a tight end 2 on a lot of other teams. Yeah. And then they have Blake Corum and Kyron Williams, who are both absolutely real running backs.
Yep.
And you got Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. And if Matt Stafford can stay clean, man, he's so good. Now, I haven't looked at his cold weather stats. No, you know what? I have, because it said he blows in the cold. Here, look at this. I don't know if I can do. I'm not like logged in on Instagram on this, but let me show you this real quick.
What happens if he hits his hand?
Here you go. Yeah. I don't know. But so 1-9, 16 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. So 20 degrees, 18 mile per hour wind, 55% chance of snow. So I'm curious, how many games has Stafford played in the cold as a Ram? How much of that 1-9 record is as a Ram? What I'm also curious about, maybe not curious, but skeptical of, is when something becomes so much of an ironclad stat. And if you guys have been watching my shorts, the YouTube shorts, watch the Houston We Have a Problem. And I said, this is becoming, and there was like a FanDuel screenshot, so much of a stat that it worries me. Like, people are aware of it and they're betting on the stat. It said Pittsburgh, 23 years without a home Monday Night Football loss. Cowher never lost as a coach on Monday Night Football. Tomlin hadn't ever lost. Of course, he ends the season losing on Monday Night Football. Go figure. His home game on Monday Night Football. How you like that? Chuck Noll, the year like a few months after the Bill Parcells Giants won the Super Bowl. October 14th of 1991 was the last time that the Pittsburgh Steelers had lost a home Monday night. Just to give you a point of reference, during that game, Jerome Bettis, you know what Jerome Bettis did in that game, Dennis?
No.
Nothing, because he was playing at the University of Notre Dame. That's how long ago that was.
That tells you anything. That's crazy.
So anyway, this 1-9 in the cold, just like CJ Stroud, I saw a stat, it was wrong, but I saw a stat that said 0-3 when the temperature is below 35 degrees. Turns out, we dug a little deeper. Somebody in the comments piped up and said he's actually 1-3 because he beat the Chiefs, and though it was 27 that night. And then that was everybody's like, oh, CJ Stroud can't win. Cold. People who bet the Steelers lost. And I didn't bet it because of the cold weather stat, but the Texans won in spite of CJ Stroud, but that's neither here nor there.
Right.
Anyway, my point is this is becoming so much of a stat that it scares me. 1-9. This screams you have a 90% chance of winning. This screams easy money, sure thing. And anytime you see something like that in stocks, whether it's crypto, you're usually getting basted, and you're about to go in the oven. You're the turkey, and you're about to be exit liquidity, and you're about to be left holding the bag. So I know that your philosophy for this game isn't based on that. So I'm not saying that about you, but anyone who is betting that way solely because of this stat, all I'm going to say is be real careful.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll say this. If the Bears are down by 2 touchdowns, take a money line because they're probably going to come back.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah.
And we can call Matt. I'll try to get on. I'll try to get on like some sort of like Nano Banana or something and see if I can get like a Scuba Stafford for one of our title slides or like a thumbnail or something this weekend.
What do you think about the over/under, man?
Okay, who's the ref? Sean Hockley, Dr. Swole, right?
Yep.
Son of Ed Hockley, the original Swole ref. So his reputation is, we'll call it controlled chaos. He tends to throw quite a few flags, and he's most picky about false starts and delay of game. So games can start slow and take a while to get going, but still have a slight historical lean toward overs, and underdogs can hang around because of drive-killing penalties on favorites from what I have. So the takeaways for this game for me, second half overs are worth keeping an eye on. Like we should have smashed that live over in the Steelers Texans, or you probably did. I might have. I got to it like too late. Like once the scoring already warmed up and the game was kind of starting to run, then I jumped on and tried to hit like 36.5, and Kyrie Fairbairn missed that freaking extra. That's another one. Impossibly bad. I'm gonna give him an impossibly bad. I'm gonna make that a freaking segment right now. Impossibly bad.
Missing extra points, man. It's never really just.
And dude, he dirted it. It's like Younghoe Koo. Isn't he on the Giants now? Didn't he just completely bail on a kick?
Yeah.
Like he just stepped wrong and just pulled his foot back and didn't do anything?
Yep.
Impossibly bad. I had this friend in Lumberton in high school. He was like this bad kid. He was crazy. Apparently he had some sort of nerve damage. He like couldn't feel pain. And we called him Crazy Blank. You know, I'm not going to say his name, but we called him Crazy and his name. Like everybody crazy so-and-so, you know? And so he would always have all these stories. He was kind of like, he's one of those guys that like, he's never going to be like your best friend, but when you're around, if you're ever just like bored and like nobody's really free, I would swing by their house and we'd just go do something, and it's never boring. It's always kind of a good time. You always get into something crazy, and he always has these crazy stories about how he did something, and it's you can't even. They're so embellished or sensational, exaggerated that when I got to where, and it was like a running joke with all the with like some of our other friends, whenever he would tell a story, I'd say, "Wow, unbelievable." You know, like, no, really, I think you're full of.
Mm-hmm.
So impossibly bad is like, wow, unbelievable. You know, like, I don't believe that someone can, like, if you put your golf club in the dirt after, like, you know, if you're just not a great golfer or you're on your 14th natty light, that's one thing. If you were an NFL field goal kicker, dude, I played soccer for 10 years. I can get up there and make contact with a foot. I guarantee you, I can make contact with the football every time.
Yeah. And just put it up, 37-yard field goal.
I don't know if I can make it.
Right.
But I would hit the ball. Like, I might hook it sometimes or something, but I would hit the ball.
Yeah.
And I would get it like up at like this angle at least. It would be like a respectable kick. I don't know if I could make the old extra points for sure. I don't know. I want to go out on a football field. Maybe I'll make a video out of that and go find a field, get a football, and get like Mona to film me or something and see if I can make a field goal. But anyway, impossibly bad. So
I mean, literally, man, just the last play of the game, just boom. Or no, it wasn't the last play of the game. It was the last.
It was damn near. It was the last. It was the last Texans play of the game.
Yeah, the last Texans play. Yeah,
that wasn't like victory formation. And then Aaron got the ball back for some reason, dude. I would have been.
And then they didn't even come in the field. It's crazy,
dude. You know when you're down by like 40 points, or someone's like just crushing you in Madden. You're down by like, 42-7, and it's like it's the fourth quarter, and you've just told yourself, I'm not quitting this game.
Yep.
F it, dude. And then you just start dropping bombs. Even if you throw picks, like I am just going to throw it like 50 yards down the field. Aaron Rodgers still has an arm. He can't move, really. But if I'm Aaron Rodgers, and I've said this is the last game of my career, these are the last plays of my career, and all these fans are there for me in a playoff game, I'm going down. I'm going down in flames, bro. I'm going down.
DK Metcalf's down there somewhere.
Like, literally, I'm going to be like, guys, do some spaghetti down the field.
Get open.
I'm going to do a 3-step drop, and I'm going to launch this ball at like a 45-degree angle, or like a 35-40 degree angle. Somebody get under it.
Go find
MVS, DK, whoever, man. DK, you get down there and you drop that ball.
Yeah.
I want to see your hands touch it. Yeah. And if it touches the ground, at least we tried.
At least we tried.
What was this? Oh, we got 1:26 left. Let's hand it to Jaylen Warren, and
we're just gonna run it.
We're past midfield, and
we don't really care. We got all the timeouts, but we don't even care.
Yeah. What's that? You need the under to hit? Oh, all right. Hang it up, guys. We're gonna kneel it out.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
Yeah, we got too many yards. Can't have this happening. Too many points. Phoned in. The wire transfer went through. We can't score any more points, boys.
Right. That's exactly how it felt.
With that said, with Hockey League, we will be looking for an over after halftime. No, a live over. A live over. Are we watching for a live over after? So I was said second half over is worth watching, and I went on that tangent like we should have done in the Texans Steelers game. So Sean Hockley, Rams at Bears, second half over is worth watching. Just like every effing Bears game this year, how many times have the stupid cardiac Bears? Sorry, I like them. I like the Bears. They're not stupid. How many times have the cardiac Bears come back this year as if by some sort of referee rabbit foot, let's call it,
Bro,
yeah.
There's something happening in Chicago.
Let's say that the other team's defense becomes impossibly bad in the second half. Anyway, so maybe some live bets. Maybe we can got another portion. I'll call it arbitrage, little money printer. So maybe when you catch those swings both ways.
Tell me something.
We got. What's up?
I took the Bears money line plus 900 when they were down 18.
Genius.
Why did I cash out?
Because experience.
Because experience, right?
Your
experience
life
told me that once this got down from that plus 900 and it got down to plus 222, I'm like, perfect cash out opportunity, right? And then what happened?
What percentage was the cash out of the win? What percentage was the cash? So if you would have won like $500, was the cash out like 300 and something?
So I put $100 on it, and it was 900. And when it was plus 22, I cashed out with like 290, or no, like 332 or something like that.
But you know what? And next question: what percentage of the time have you cashed out in the past? Probably like 1%. And what percentage of the time of those times when you didn't cash out have you won?
Oh, yeah.
And you're probably looking at another 1%.
Correct.
So you don't cash out when you should have. And because you don't cash out, you end up losing.
Yep.
Because you're holding out for that carrot, and then you get the stick.
Yep. Then
so
it's like,
you can kick yourself all you want, man. You never go broke taking a profit.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? Because rule one, there's always going to be another bet.
Yeah. And if someone, guys, if you're out there, if you just cash out every time, you'll probably, and like track it, use like a spreadsheet. If you're like, if you're not like hammered all the time when you're, watching sports and betting and stuff, dude, track it. Have some way to track it and be like, how much would I have won? Yes or no? How much did I cash out? Yes or no? How much would I have gotten for cashing out? And just track it over like 1 month. Just take like 4 or 5 weeks of an NFL season and track it. And I will bet you 9 times out of 10 that cashing out when you're like, ooh, is this too good to be true? Am I going to get this? And your thumb's floating over the button. Maybe you hit the cash out button and it's saying, are you sure you want to cash out? And you're like, no. Like, keep track of that every time. Like if you do that, and if you actually follow through and cash out every time, I would guess that it would be far more profitable than hitting cancel and putting your phone down and closing your eyes and clenching your fists and white knuckling your way through the rest of the game and watching all your money go down the drain.
Yes. Seen it, done it many, 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 many times. So, all right. So we got Buffalo money line over 43.5. You'll have to buy it down. We have San Francisco money line, and we don't know about the over under there. We said if we're gonna trigger it, if we're gonna plan it, we said we would take the under there, right? Yeah. New England money line. I don't really like the over under, but if I have to take something, it's under. And then Chicago money line for me, I think, because the Bears look special this year. I'm not really sure exactly what that means yet, but they do look special. I'm trending overall under 47.5. So, and with that being said, playoff football, I've got 3 unders and 1 over this weekend. I'm going to put a Bears game too. You know I am. You know me. You know me by now. So My 8-banger, if you were to do this, and this is not financial advice, and just
Never
don't do
is.
it. You just want to just play.
Everything we say, if you follow everything we do, it's probably financial suicide, honestly, guys.
It probably is. You're probably making mistakes until
So
that
with that
one
said, Dennis,
time. Till that one time where it's like smack. Right?
until it isn't, right?
Until it isn't, right? So Buffalo money line over 43.5. You have to buy it down. 49ers money line under. New England money line under. I'll probably buy it up so I can cover the extra point crap. And then Chicago money line under. That is going to be one healthy parlay or destructive parlay.
Yeah.
But I don't like any of the over-unders other than the Buffalo game. But I do like Buffalo, 49ers, New England, and Chicago. And just in case, I will take a backup of Buffalo, 49ers, New England, Los Angeles. I will do that. So, because the Rams are supposed to win the ball game. But I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I think Chicago, there's something special. And I think Chicago and San Francisco in Chicago, if next weekend is going to be anything like this weekend, Brock Purdy is going to have – it's going to be a weird football game, San Francisco and Chicago. And honestly, I don't know who's going to win that game. So.
Yeah. All right. And then I had Buffalo, San Francisco, New England, and the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think over I think under New England. That should go under. What's the total on that? Is it 43 or something?
41.5.
You know, because LA's defense, they're not bad. And they
no, Chicago and Rams is 48.5.
No, New England, Houston.
Yeah, 41.5.
Man, that Rams game could go over.
It could, especially if LA's up and Chicago comes back to win it. That'd be the only thing
I'm going to say
push it over. But I think LA's going to struggle.
We'll see. Is it just cold? Or is there going to be – do we know if there's going to be any precipitation? It's like 18-mile-an-hour winds, right?
And in Soldier Field, those winds are always swirling like it's going to be messy. It's going to be messy.
So that's going to be a game time decision for me as far as over under, because if there's like enough snow on the field that they're literally actively plowing it and it's inches of snow, like shoelace deep at least, or ankle deep, which, I mean, they won't allow that. They'll get it off the field, but if it's snowing like that seriously, I'd say under. If it's a little bit flurries and it's mostly cold, even with that wind, I would say under. But man,
I know.
I'm gonna say over. I'm going to go kind of contrarian on this one, because the thing about the Rams and the Bears with Ben Johnson and Sean McVay, those passing games are they're not your grandpa, but, I guess they're not our passing games. Yeah, you remember when quarterbacks used to go for like 5,000 yards and they would just.
Yeah, that's your Aaron Rodgers. That's your Ben
Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You had Breeze was like kind of the surgeon, and you had your Roethlisberger. Yeah, you have his games, but Chicago, think about it. If you're throwing, I'm talking volume, who are you throwing to? The Rams are going to throw to Puka Nacua, and you know what? We talk about like Samoans. He's from Samoa, not American Samoa. Like two is from American Samoa. It's a cluster of islands right there, but there's like a time zone. There's like the international date line, I think, divides them or something. But anyway, the guys from Hawaii, Samoa, American Samoa, what have you, normally they fold like a cheap lawn chair when the weather gets cold.
Mm-hmm.
Look, 2 against the Chiefs last year, whenever that was. Puka, I don't think he cares, dude. I think that dude is like just enough of a savage, and he's a yak guy. Blake Corum, yak. Kyron Williams, run between the tackles, and he played for Notre Dame. Corum, I want to say Michigan, outdoor, cold.
Mm-hmm.
Kyron Williams, Notre Dame, South Bend, Indiana, outdoor, cold. Monungai. Monungai is from
Pennsylvania.
DeAndre Swift, Pennsylvania. You know where Monungai? Oh, I know. I remember now. I've heard it before. You know where Monungai is from?
Where?
Rutgers, Piscataway, New Jersey. Oh. They get plenty of snow.
Yeah.
So, how many of the 4 running backs whose names you can like recall off the top of your head? South Bend, Indiana, Ann Arbor, Michigan, Piscataway, New Jersey, and DeAndre Swift.
Would you say he was? Pennsylvania. I just don't remember where.
Let's see.
Or he's from Philadelphia. I don't know where he went to college. He's from Philly. So
DeAndre Swift, Georgia.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
hang on. DeAndre Swift is from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So yeah, he went to school in a warm weather in an SEC school, but these boys from up north, man, they know what's up.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that, and who else is going to get the ball? Puka Nacua, and God, where did he even go to college? Utah?
I think so. Yeah, BYU sounds right.
Oh yeah, Utah. Yeah.
Was it Utah or BYU?
BYU is in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, University of Washington, 2019, 2020, and then BYU 2021, 2022.
I thought it was BYU. Yeah. Okay.
Because BYU is a Mormon school. I think it's like in Provo. Yep, Provo, Utah. Mm-hmm. DJ Moore, Maryland. It's coldish. It gets cold there, and he's from Philadelphia, right? So you're not getting a bunch of guys. Stafford is from Georgia. He might be from the South. Matt Stafford is from Tampa.
Texas,
yeah,
right?
He's a weather guy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Caleb Williams is from Washington, D.C. So Stafford's the most sus out of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Devontae Adams' hometown, Palo Alto. So he's from Steve Jobs' garage down there. He's a warm weather boy. But there's probably some guys. We could probably go down the line, Tutu Atwell and whoever there's all these guys. And people are going to step up that because it's a standalone game and everybody's watching, there's going to be like whoever all the props are on is probably not going to hit that hard, just
right.
like all, the rest of the year. And there's going to be some rando from like South Dakota State who just goes absolutely nuts.
Yep.
Like a tight dude, Cole Kmet. I'm not going to sit here and Google everybody, but dude, Cole Kmet, Colston Loveland, he's probably from friggin' Iowa or something.
Loveland's going to ball. He balled last week. He'll ball this week too.
Gooding, Idaho. Cole Kmet, Lake Barrington, Illinois. Tyler Higbee, Florida. Oh, who's the second guy? Oh, Colby Parkinson, California. Guess what? Calhoun, Georgia, Davis Allen. Terrence Ferguson. Littleton, Colorado. That's our guy. Terrence Ferguson's going to ball out. Watch.
He probably will. He probably will.
Terrence.
You calling him for a touchdown?
Yep.
Okay.
Here you go. I'll throw it up on the screen real quick, everybody. This is my the tight end whisperer. This is my prop.
He is too. He's very good at tight ends.
Yep.
That's your touchdown tomorrow or Sunday.
I'll put a prop on Terrence Ferguson.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Anyway, it's been real. It's been fun. We're knocking on a $1.30 here, so it's probably a good time to sign off. I've been screaming into the mic long enough, but I think I like. So my final verdict is taking Buffalo and the over, San Francisco and the under, New England and the under, and the Rams and the over. So those are my tiny handwriting.
Got it.
Those are my picks.
And I'm on Buffalo and over, Niners and under, New England and under, Chicago and under.
And Terrence Ferguson for a prop. He might even get two. Let me pull a Dennis and just crystal ball like Jerry Jeudy style, a la Jerry Jeudy. Man, I'm not going to say three, but I will say if this thing goes over, Terrence Ferguson might just have 2 touchdowns.
That's probably like plus 8,500 or some crazy number.
Yeah,
it's got to be third string tight end. Got to be.
Let's. All right, I'm going to look real quick.
For 2 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Got to be. Like, must. No way it can't be.
You got any closing thoughts?
We're gonna do a lot better this weekend than we did last weekend. Last weekend, we had all the. It wasn't until the very end of the games that everything just fell apart. And when I mean fell apart, it literally fell apart. So it's not going to be like that this weekend. 2 touchdowns. It's not even it's not even possible on Kalshi right now. You can't even bet it.
Terrence Ferguson, an anytime touchdown is plus 3,233.
So for one touchdown?
If you put $1, I'm going to do it right now. If you put $1, yeah, look at this. Terrence Ferguson.
Yeah.
32-33. I think I would try to pull it up on my computer, but I think I need to get logged in on all these accounts so I can pull them up on the screen. But that's that's first TD. Touchdown. That's first TD. My bad. Terrence Ferguson plus 669.
So yeah, there it is. Mm-hmm.
And 2 TDs, not even available.
Not even available.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check Robinhood. I don't think it'll be. Robinhood uses Kalsha, I think. So anyway, you know what? We'll post about that. We can make a little post about that. We don't need to cover it right now. I need to save
7,000 on Bovada.
Huh?
Plus 7,000.
Damn, $1 to win 70.
Yep.
I'll at least take him to get 1, and then I really think he's gonna get 1, man. But yeah, that was my point.
Right when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, dude. Normally with these games, you look at passing yards, and it's yak. A lot of these guys are cold weather guys,
and
they're yak guys. It's going to be a lot of checkdowns. Blake Corum in the flat, Nakua on a quick slant. You know, a lot of dinking and dunking. And Stafford's he likes to go long, but I think McVay is so good. absolutely blows my mind that a lot more coaches don't do this, like coach situationally. It seems like they take what they do and just try to force it into every game. You know, one of the magic, the things that was the magic of the New England Patriots is that Tom Brady ran that offense and he would go into a snow game and say, I'm getting the ball out in 2.3 seconds. Most of the passes are going to be under 10 yards. We're going to run the ball 60% of the time. And like, you don't see the Eagles don't do that. The Cowboys don't do that. There's a stat that the Eagles are 0 in something when Jalen Hurts throws more than 30 times. I would have made damn sure that Jalen Hurts didn't throw more than 40 times in that game. Call me crazy. Yeah. Right. And he went 20 for 35, I think 168 yards, maybe no passing touchdowns, maybe an interception.
No, it's passing touchdown too. I got it.
Okay, one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if did he turn it over? No, it was just like a kind of a blah stat line.
Just
20 for 35. Now, I can't put that all on him because A.J. Brown, you got to catch him.
Dude. Oh, bro. Gosh, Brown.
A.J. Brown. Yeah, hardly got the ball. Did he? Is this true? Last thing, guys, we got to stop talking. We got to stop. This is the last thing I'm going to say. I heard this. Please tell me if it's not true. Correct me. I heard A.J. Brown said after the game that one of the reasons Philly didn't win is because he didn't get the ball enough. Now, I went and looked at the stats. I'm pretty sure what I remember before I typed this in, I remember A.J. Brown having 9 targets and 3 receptions.
Yeah, he dropped a lot. He dropped a lot of balls. He dropped he dropped 2, and then he could have laid out for a third one to get them into red zone. It was
3 catches for 25 on 7 targets.
I was not thrilled with the performance at all. Like, it's the playoffs. No matter what happens, like, you're a wide receiver, you're getting paid. I get it. Lay out to try to get that ball for your quarterback, right? I mean, you would have hit the ground, you would have possibly caught the ball, and you would have been literally on the 8-yard line, right? Mm-hmm. Not to mention the ones. I mean, there was a couple of them where he was just he would have basically got a touchdown, both times actually. So and just did it. So there was a lot. I mean, he's not the only reason they lost the game by any means, but the Eagles in general didn't come to play. So so I was looking, just if you wanted to get a little creative, just a little creative.
Yeah.
You take 100. Probably going to do this shit. So you take 100, you put it on Bovada, and it pays $25,000. If you have all the money lines and you have all the unders right, overs right, with you putting it all together. I'm going to put something on that. I might not do 100. So I'm going to do something with that, and then I'm going to do definitely the picks of the money lines, like Buffalo, San Francisco, New England, Chicago. I'm definitely doing that.
All right. Yeah. I'll look at what I got. I'm not a big bettor. I've done licked my wounds and learned my lessons, and I'll put a couple of bucks on there on some real long shots for shits and gigs. I'm okay flushing a couple bucks down the toilet, but I don't do hundreds anymore.
I'm just I'm ready.
Oh, you're gonna eat. So the thing about Dennis, I know Dennis, and I've watched Dennis bet for a long time. He gets chipped away a lot, but when Dennis hits, he blows it open. And he swings for the fence. It's like watching Barry Bonds. Like, you strike out a few times, and then you send one into the bay.
Yep.
You know, you'll go 8 for 9 on a round robin or something, and turn one $25 bet into $7,000.
Yes.
And I was like, what the
Seen
F? Yeah.
Yep.
And you went on a tear like over a weekend. Stupid.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, one last thing I do want to do. We don't agree on this, so I'll do one for me and one for you right now. Guys, this is my bracket. And got the Niners, got the Rams, the Bills, and the Patriots. I will be very annoyed next week or in a couple days, when Josh Allen again fails to lose. And if the Rams can get past the Bears, which is very iffy, I realize, I'm taking them over the Niners. The Niners are too beat up. And then once the Rams and the Bills, this is the hard one. So it'll be in Santa Clara, California.
Yeah, Santa Clara, yeah.
But LA notoriously they have a notoriously apathetic fan base, we'll call it. And Buffalo, when's the last time?
Like, when did they go to the Super Bowl?
Buffalo's last Super Bowl appearance.
92?
January 30th, 1994.
Lord.
Yeah. And they lost the Cowboys 30-13. That was our the last Jimmy Super Bowl. Because then after that, I want to say
Niners won the next year.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys won
Chargers.
Yeah, it was against Chargers, and then it was Dallas and Pittsburgh.
And 27-17 for Super Bowl 30.
Mm-hmm.
In Arizona. Doesn't matter. Anyway, it's going to be in California. The Rams have a notoriously apathetic fan base. Buffalo, the reason I brought this up, they haven't been in a Super Bowl in 31 plus years. They already bought their tickets. Buffalo fans have probably bought half the tickets in Levi Stadium already, and they're just like, well, if we don't get there, we're going to go anyway and boo somebody, or we're going to sell them.
Yep.
So I would say that the Bills will almost be like a home field advantage. Is this Josh Allen? Yeah, it'd be Josh Allen's first Super Bowl.
Correct.
And dude, Josh Allen's got, I do not question his clutchness at all. Also, I want the Rams to win. I just like the Rams more than the Bills. And so I kind of feel like that can be a kiss of death sometimes. And even though I don't want this to happen, I will, but you know what? I'll give it to them. I will be happy for the Bills because they've waited long enough. And the Rams had their moment in the sun. And the Niners have won their Super Bowls. You know, the Bills are going to get their first Super Bowl, I think, this year. And maybe, you know what? Maybe there's so many public games that maybe it's just going to be a public-ish Super Bowl, you know, with people expecting the Bills to win, and they just go the distance. So I'll reset it for you real quick. You've got Niners, Bears, Pats, Bills, and then what?
God.
Now the Niners would be going to Chicago.
Give me the Niners.
All right. I mean, Brock Purdy, all he does, he wins. So, okay. I can't argue with that.
They're the 6th seed, right?
Bills, yes.
And so is the Niners, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Give me the Bills. And give me the Niners to win it all.
All right.
To win their 6th Super Bowl ring.
You heard it here first. I've got the Bills over the Rams. Dennis has got Niners over Bills. I'm not going to do scores or anything like that, but at least you guys have our full bracket now. We should have done this last week. I just did like a partial bracket because I wanted to just call those games of that week.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think whatever bracket I posted, the money line was like 4-2. If I hadn't dug in on Pittsburgh, it would have been 5-1. So that wasn't bad. Where I really got torched was the over-unders. So
let me go with a caveat here, just in case next week.
Mm-hmm.
I will take the Bears over the Bills in the Super Bowl.
So if
the Bears
make it out, then you would take the Bears.
Then I will take the Bears.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll do no caveats. I'm just going to burn my boats for now, and I'll be wrong, and then I'll just make new predictions next week. So
you got it.
Unless I do like I did last year, and that was championship weekend. I hit both overs, both over-unders, and both money lines. And it was like a $25 bet that paid $500. It was like the only bet I made that weekend.
That was right. That was
it was 2 years ago.
We talked about that morning.
It was like the Niners game, and then like the Ravens.
It was the Ravens and the Chiefs, and we're like, why are the Ravens favored?
Yeah.
Like and the Chiefs are going to beat these guys.
Yeah,
right?
And it was a really low under too.
And it was the Niners and the Lions.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We were heavy.
And I took the over.
And the
high
Lions,
over.
Or I was. And then the Lions were up at halftime, like 21-6 or 21-6. It was something like.
And then the Niners got away from them by
ball game.
Yeah, right? The Niners got away late.
Yep.
The Lions went for it on 4th down, did some classic Dan Campbell shit, pulled up within a touchdown, was knocking on the door. Something went wrong. Niners escaped.
Yep. And it was Niners Chiefs, and we know how that played out. So.
Yep.
Well, there you go, guys. I believe the Niners are going to beat the Bills in the Super Bowl. Tom believes the Rams are going to beat the Bills in the Super Bowl.
Nope.
Either way, we believe
Bills beat the Rams.
Want to go to the Super Bowl.
I've got Bills over Rams.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bills over Rams. Excuse me. Okay.
Yeah. So here's mine.
Bills over Rams, and I've got Niners over Bills.
Yeah.
All right.
So get ready for some wackiness, guys.
You know what's coming.
And everything we say is financial suicide. Nothing we say is financial advice. And with that said, best of luck, my friends.
And I've got 3 underdogs and 1 favorite this weekend. So if that tells you anything.
Yeah, the money's on the wrong side, right? Well, God knows.
Something ain't right. This
God knows with all these stats.
Yep.
I'm doing and yeah, guys, if you look on Instagram, I have a post that says like our actions numbers wrong. So look at that post, and we actually did a little bit of digging, found out where Pickett gets their data, found out where Action gets their data, and you can see it there. Follow us on Instagram at Midseason Form, YouTube here where you are right now, Midseason Form, and X. I just kind of make comments during the game, but guys, with that said, let's get it this weekend. All right, last weekend was an absolute you-know-what storm. This weekend feels like could be another one, but let's just see if things fall into place. I feel good. I'm excited. I'm hopeful. Now, you know what the NFL usually does with those feelings.
They stomp all over them.
Yeah. But let's hope we get a break, right? Let's pray to the football gods.
Let's go.
All right. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in a couple days. Keep an eye out for shorts. Like and subscribe if you got value out of this video. Have a good one. We love you. See you next time.
Later, guys.